Good evening, VV Nation, and welcome to the channel. My name is Glenn, Senior Stock Market Strategist for VectorVest, and this is going to be a fun video. Do you remember the video that I did last week on my top decade stocks? I gave you 3. If you didn't see it yet, click right here, and you're going to be able to see that video after you watch this video. In that video, I asked you to comment on what the best stocks you thought would be for the next decade. And I got some responses. So I'm going to respond to your responses. And at the end, Nicholas, who saw the video, said, "Hey guys, what do you think is the best out of all of these picks that everyone gave?" If you stay to the end, I'm going to give you what the top picks out of all of the suggestions were. Did my stocks make the list? I hope so, but the only way you're going to find out is to stay to the end of the video. All right, let's get right into the program, and we're going to start off with the watch lists that you guys gave me. I was only looking for 3 stocks per person. Now, very quickly, we're going to go through these stocks, starting off with Asian Hobo. The cool thing about this, you get to see your name up there if I put your stocks into the watch list. I like this watch list. I look at the bottom, average RV and RS are both above 1, VST above 1, RT above 1. The sales growth compared to growth rate, you know I'm looking for stocks overall that have higher sales growth compared to earnings growth, but I like these stocks. Amazon, Pure Storage, everybody's got to store something at some time. So over the next decade, I like this play. And CrowdStrike for cybersecurity. Next one, Bill J. Let's see what he gave. NVIDIA, SMCI, and Palantir. Palantir was one of my stocks that I liked. So maybe some of you like it as well. But NVIDIA and SMCI, I think, are solid plays, especially because of AI. Look at the bottom row as well. Let's scroll this back over. Bottom row, look at that. Sales growth, 161 compared to earnings growth at 42. I really do like that as a list. Busy Bee. All right, Busy Bee submitted their representation of stocks. New Gold. Interesting about gold. I'm not sure that gold, in my opinion, is a long-term play because it's affected by so many things, especially the dollar. Rivian went to an EV play. The only EV play that I would like long-term, I think at this time, would be Tesla, but made the list. And Renaissance IPO, which is an ETF, but it does have an RT above 1. Look at the earnings growth compared to the sales growth. Meets what I'm looking for. Sales growth is definitely higher than earnings growth. Kathy made the list. AMD, I like that play. MU and Palantir. AMD, Micron, look at those solid stocks all the way through. I think a good AI play list of stocks. I'm going to come back to this in a second. My picks, Apple, Tesla, Palantir. Now, when I compare this to the other lists that were given, you know something? Look at my sales growth compared to earnings growth. Not quite there. But I gave reasons why I thought Apple, Tesla, and Palantir were good decade stocks. But by way of the VectorVest system, could there be better stocks to look at? We're going to come up because I want to answer Nicholas's question, which was a great one. Out of all of these watch lists, which are the best? Jazz put his in. Now, Jazz gave me 2. The reason why he only gave me 2 is because he's looking for an IPO for SpaceX. I think it was SpaceX. But he only gave me 2. He gave me Boeing. Risky play. I still think that Boeing, after everything that goes down, Boeing's still a solid play. Just, I don't know if it's the right play now, but I think over the long term it is. Lunar, which I think is a feel-good stock for the space. I think that the space program and the International Space Station and getting people up to the moon and all that kind of stuff could be a long-term play. That's a little bit more of an aggressive play by Jazz. Okay, it is. Jeff, I have to say as well, thank you so much for your super chats that you've been given as well. NVIDIA, SMCI, and Tesla, that's a solid list. That is a solid list. 2 of them for AI and Tesla, I think overall is a great play. Sales growth compared to earnings growth, better than my list, but I like the play. Again, these are stocks to hold for the next decade. Joe gave me a list as well. NVIDIA, Amazon, Eli Lilly. First one that I saw that looked at Eli Lilly. Sales growth, definitely higher than earnings growth overall. Fundamentally sound stocks. I like this list as well. I do like this. Joe, good list. John gave me two lists. John gave me a list for your Roth portfolio, Amazon, FTSE, and SPLG. Interesting play. Remember, I think that he took to heart the long-term plays, but on this a Spider S&P, Fidelity Tech, and Amazon, that's not a bad list of stocks. Let's scroll over. The sales growth, not nearly what I would like as compared to the earnings growth, but the earnings growth still is double digits. All our RTs are in uptrends right now. Very interesting take. And then John gave me another one for his taxable portfolio. These are all ETFs though. All ETFs, all of them have an RT above 1. S&P again. High dividend yield, VYM. I like that. You get that that background income, that free income that comes with the dividend yield. I like that play. And Schwab. John, not a bad list. JS3B, Microsoft, Micron, and this one has some uranium in it. I think long-term uranium is going to be a great way to go because more countries are getting on board with the real clean energy, and I think nuclear is the way to go. I like this long-term play, fundamentally sound. All of the stocks in here are fundamentally sound. I like the list. Excuse me, the sales growth is a little higher than the earnings growth. Way to go, JS3B. All right, Michael gave me a list. FTAI, Google, and JP Morgan. Nicely diversified, all fundamentally sound. Let's move over to the sales growth does not outweigh the earnings growth, but I like these plays. You look at the system, FTAI's graph is amazing. Amazing. Google, everybody knows Google is a good company, and JP Morgan Chase. They start to report earnings this week as well. Philip Lee. Let's go see FTAI. ELF, when it moves just like that. When it doesn't, though, it doesn't. Walmart, the biggest retailer by store, is in the list. I like these plays as well. Let's go look at the sales growth compared to the earnings growth. It's pretty even. It's not a bad looking stock list. Fundamentally sound stocks, all in an uptrend. Notice all of the stocks that you gave me for the most part are buy recommendations. Robert submitted a list, NVIDIA, Amazon, and Microsoft, all in the AI space. I like this play as well. Look at the sales growth compared to earnings growth. I think that's a good play of stocks. And the last one was WaveSkier, NVIDIA, AMD, and Microsoft. Again, primarily a AI list. Fundamentally sound stocks. Look at the sales growth compared to earnings growth. Nice play. All right, so I wanted to show you that we do listen. I wanted your suggestions. The people who gave me, we are comparing them right now. Now, I'm going to give a full list because now I want to answer Nicholas's question. The full list of all of the stocks that were submitted, I put into one watch list by way of VectorVest, not talking heads, not news, not emails or anything. By way of VectorVest, which three would I think are the top 3 stocks for the next decade? Well, NVIDIA, SMCI, let's scroll over a little bit. Earnings growth compared to sales growth definitely meets what I'm looking for. NVIDIA, SMCI. What's the next stock on the list that has a higher sales growth than earnings growth? Let's go down, let's go down, let's go down. It happens to be Elf Beauty. So, Nicholas, to answer your question, my friend, by way of VectorVest, I would look at the top 3 decade stocks would be NVIDIA, SMCI, and Elf. There you go. Based upon what I'm looking for in regards to, but I look at Micron. Micron looks good too, 82 to 26 on sales growth to earnings growth. Next one down the list would be Rivian. Interesting about Rivian. I am not high on Rivian as a decade stock. I'm not. But I don't want to push you away from it if it gives you the opportunity to make that money. All right. So now going forward, wait, there's more. I created portfolios. I created a portfolio I started it today before I started this video. Here's my 3 stocks as decade stocks: Apple, Palantir, and Tesla. Just started the portfolio today. It's down about 0.6%. Now, you guys, I started a portfolio for you guys as well. You guys are going to have an advantage over me because you're looking at a lot more stocks than I'm looking at. I put all of your stocks into a portfolio because now I want to compare this, that going over time, which stocks are doing the best by ROI. So, Nicholas, I gave you the top 3, but now you guys have a way of looking at what's moving now, what's making money. Boeing at the top of the list, up about 0.2. JP Morgan, up about 0.1. Walmart, up about 0.1. CrowdStrike, up about 0.1. What's at the bottom of the list? Even though I put SMCI and NVIDIA at the top of the list, as of the starting of this portfolio right now, they are losing the most money. Where's ELF? ELF was in here. There's ELF, also losing a little bit of money as well. So my top 3, Nicholas, I gave you was NVIDIA, SMCI, and ELF. Right now, they'll be all right. They'll be all right. But if you're looking for stocks from a decade purpose, what's moving right now, it's Boeing, JP Morgan, Walmart, and CrowdStrike. So if nothing else, keep your eyes on those stocks. So if this was a good video for you, make sure you hit the like button. If you're brand new to our channel, this is a way of letting you know that we listen to our subscribers and we want to keep you engaged in the videos that we do. You guys make it all well worth it. How about this? The last video we did on decade stocks got about 2,500 views. I need you guys to put this and share this on your social circles. I'd like to see us double the prior video, especially as a whole, using the VectorVest system. We are giving people an idea of what the next best decade stocks are. So again, if you're brand new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you like the video, I'd like to see double the likes on this video as well. Again, it was all about you, responding to you, and thank you for responding to the video in the first place. So there we are. We'll keep our eyes on this going forward as well. So folks, this video is over. And until the next time, see ya.